everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing my process for this letterpress cover I made for a card, and I'm going to be watercoloring it with some inks. And I did the same thing here with this process for my Halloween one, and I also press plated that open if you dare and turned it into a shaker. So I'm going to be using these inks and watercoloring, and I wanted to show you how to do it and how easy it is to do. So first, I grabbed my Ziploc bag. You obviously can use either a glass mat or a craft mat, but here you can see all these little details of the snowflakes, the leaves, the berries. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to start with some greens here. So I have Deck the Halls and Garden Party and Wintergreen, and you only need one press of your ink pad down onto your craft mat or plastic bag or whatever. So I have my squirt bottle here and I'm just spraying the inks. And that's basically it. You use these inks, and here I'm going to kind of see if I can blend them a little bit to create a different color green. That's the best part about watercoloring and just these inks in general, is you can blend them, even not with watercoloring, but just on their own with regular blending as you would use them for inking for a background or something, to create different types of colors. So here I'm just kind of going through and I'm going to color each individual leaf. I'm using different shades and different colors, and with the watercolor, what's nice also is I'm not really too concerned about getting in the lines, but I have this super thin paintbrush, so it is easier to just get all these little details. I loved this press plate because it has all these details, so I did want to show it all colored. So here's my green layer. It looks super good. And now I have all this extra ink, and I don't necessarily just want to get rid of it. So I'm just spraying some more water and blending it together. And I'm going to grab here some watercolor paper. So I have this here, and I'm just going to press it onto my ink. And I'm just using up all that excess ink as much as I can and just pressing it down. And it's going to create this really pretty color. Again, with the blending, so it kind of turned into like it's definitely a green, but has a little bit of tealish type color in there, like a brighter green. So it looks really pretty and definitely something you could use for a background for a card. So I'm just going to set that aside for now, let it dry. Looks really pretty. And then all I'm going to do here is just wipe this up. So I just wipe up all the ink. It's really easy to clean. And then I just clean off my paintbrush, and then I'm going to move on to my next color. So here I chose Samba, which is a really beautiful bright red, and I really wanted to showcase the berries and have the, you know, the offset color, the green and red, especially for this Christmas one. So I'm just going through and dabbing each individual berry, and again, I'm not too concerned about being super specific with staying in the lines. I also got that bow on that bell, which was really beautiful. And the more I go through this, the more details I see, and I'm hoping I don't miss any, but I can always go back through and repaint. So there's the bow that looks so cute on the bell. And just all those little details, you can see them all. So on the side here, I did color those green, but there's little buds on there, and I'm not going to do those red. I think I want to try them a different color. So now I'm going to move on here. Oops, I found one that I missed. See, there's just so many little details. And I'm just looking here to make sure I didn't miss any more. Nope, so I'm moving on to my blue, my cummerbund. I love this color. It's such a beautiful bright blue. And I'm going to use this for the snowflakes. So there are also snowflakes on this background. And this one I am being a little more intentionally messy with, because obviously with the snowflake, it has just those lines coming off of it that I wanted to color blue, you know, but just doesn't have to be too specific or anything. So this is, to me, such a fun process, and with the letterpress paper, I can handle watercolor, so it's really nice, and this is just such a fun way, I feel, to use your inks. And now I'm going through on these buds, and I decided to color them blue. It's just to have a little more differentiation between the green and the red. So that's looking kind of cool. All right, so this is how I clean my paintbrush off. I just spray it until it's clear and then wipe it with the paper towel. I'm going to add some of this blue on here, see if it'll take any of that. Looks good. I like that. And then again, just wipe this up. And my next color I decided is going to be yellow and so shea butter, which is a nice kind of darker yellow. And then I'm also going to do some brown, and That'll be good for, there's like these pine cone type branch things in there. So, and the yellow I want to use on the bell. So I'm just gonna start with the yellow on its own and do the bell here. So that looks super pretty. And now I'm gonna mix a little bit of the yellow and the brown just so it's not super dark brown on these little pine cone things. I think they're pine cones. I'm not really sure, but they're super cute and they kind of look like pine cones. So I decided to just color them with that brown. And then I decided these banners were looking a little too plain, so I figured I'd go through with the yellow and color in those banners. How pretty is that? But I did want to leave the rest of it kind of, not blank, obviously, because this is super colorful and beautiful, but I decided to, oh, there's another one I missed, leave the rest, like the letters. You could definitely color in like the Christmas letters and the New Year, right here, but I decided to leave it and just to have that color pop. And oh, I just found one, another one that I missed, one of the pine cones. So I'm just going straight into my ink pad, adding a little bit of water here on my mat, but I'm just taking my paintbrush right into that ink pad. And it's the great thing about these Catherine Pooler inks is that they're so juicy that you can literally just stick your paintbrush, like this one, this berry I missed. I just stuck it right into my ink and it made this really vibrant red color. So here you can see me doing it with the green, same thing. I just added a little bit of water onto my paintbrush and there you go. And that way you don't waste too much more of your ink. So I'm just going to put that aside. I can use that later and look at all these details I wanted to show you. So beautiful. It looks really pretty. And then I can put it on the base of a card here like this. I have that green on the inside and it really doesn't need much more because it's such a beautiful cover. And says a lot on there and is just so gorgeous. And then here's that background we created with the extra ink, and then here's that Halloween card again. And there you go. That's how you do it, guys. Thanks for watching.